And in that conversation, he had an interesting conversation with a good friend of his. And he was saying that in the word that his other friend was saying, he was using the Bible. Young folks, this instrument right here. This is a book. On the cover of this book, hardback, it says Bible. I know most of you all may not be familiar with this tool because we use the Holy Bible on our phone. But there is nothing like thumbing through the pages of a book that would speak to you. And I tell you, I struggled preparing this message because I got lost in the word last night. The Lord was just speaking to me, and I say, Lord, slow down. I can't go this fast. Just keep it simple, Lord. Keep it simple so that I'll be able to repeat what you're telling me. So as we prepare as defenders of the faith, I want to encourage you because in this word, the conversation, he said it was saying good, everything was sounding right until his friend got to one part. And the part that he says is that we try to quote it right. Is that we're guaranteed a ticket into heaven because of grace and mercy. We don't have to do anything because automatically we get into heaven. Now, it didn't sit right with my friend, and so it caused him to go into a deeper conversation. And he defended, but he wasn't confident in his defense. So he came to me as a mentor, as a friend, for support to help him defend. And I say, will for you in Christ Jesus. Can you pull up KJV? Because I understand that there are multiple generations in this room. And that version may not speak to you. So in KJV, it says, King James Version, rejoice evermore. Pray without ceasing. In everything give thanks. For this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. New King James Version, please. Come on, we're going to get it because it's clear across the board. Whatever Bible, whatever version you read, it's going to speak the same. Rejoice always. Pray without ceasing. In everything, give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. You got Amplified. What other version you have back there? Because it's the same across the board. Part of my preparation was to cross-reference. In cross-reference, you find the truth. So be happy in your faith and rejoice and be glad-hearted continually, always. Be unceasing in prayer, praying perseveringly. Thank God in everything, no matter what the circumstance may be. Be thankful and give thanks, for this is the will of God for you who are in Christ Jesus, the revealer and mediator or meditator of that will. All right, mediator. There we go. Thank you. Keep me honest. All right. So there you have it. You've heard it at least 3 or 4 times, so it must be the truth. And it is consistent across every version. So take me back to my first point. My first point is be joyful always. Easier said than done because sometimes we lose patience. Sometimes we grow tired. Sometimes we get hungry. Sometimes we're lonely. And we have our weaknesses. And it's in those weaknesses where we become distracted. It's in those weaknesses where the disappointment is highlighted. It's in those weaknesses where we become disconnected from the truth. And we begin to lean our ear towards things that are not of the truth. So be joyful. Why be joyful in my sorrow? Why be joyful in my pain? Why be joyful in my suffering? That doesn't make sense. But it does make sense. I heard my bishop say one time, and I'm getting ahead of my notes, but I just can't help it. But Jesus is magnified through our struggle. When we struggle right, Jesus is magnified.